Welcome, everybody, to the Ice Ranch in Littleton, Colorado today for this matchup between your Wolves and the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. Starting lineup's just announced. A little bit different than the last starting lineup last night. You've got Brannick, Sylvester, Kalen Weber, and Keegan Wall starting at forward with Elliott again and Quinn Simmons on the back end on defense. No change in goal. Lincoln Alisasis will be the starting goaltender tonight for your Grandview Wolves. Game sheet is up on time, folks. We've got information. Mountain Vista wins the opening draw here. They're coming in at 9-3 on the season. Good play there by Quinn, setting that up into the neutral zone. Back puck's going to be turned around the other direction and taken by Mountain Vista. All the way around up to the blue line now for Vista, looking for a passing lane. They're just going to attempt to dump at the top of the circles. Good job there by Brannick to tip that away, but Mountain Vista comes away with the puck. Quinn stepping in front of his man there, takes him behind the net. Puck is reversed to in front of the Grandview bench. Shot on from distance, blocked there by Kalen. Good job. Brannick's got it in his skates, chips it up and out, not able to chase it down. Mountain Vista turns it back the other direction. Mountain Vista going for a change. Defense has time to get back. Quinn Simmons giving chase behind the net. Kind of a wonky bounce off the back wall there. For those of you who have not been to Ice Ranch and understand the configuration here, I apologize. I basically can't see from the near dots into the wall, so I'll do my best. Puck sent up to the blue line there by Kalen. Kalen tries to fit a flying Brannick, can't do so. Brannick now with possession, able to chip that one up and into the neutral zone, right at center ice. It's going to sit. Grandview needs a change, gets a partial. Shot on there, Lincoln's first test. He's going to leg pad that up. And away comes Elliott. Elliott flying up the ice. He's got some help with him in Emilio. Emilio back in number 16 tonight. Drives right in. Lincoln sees that the whole way. Had an eye on the shooter. Good angle. He's going to cover that one. Hold on, and we will get a face-off. A lot of offensive pressure to start the game here from Mountain Vista. Again, 9-3 is their record this season. We have 15:26 left in the first period. Face-off to Lincoln's right. Now the referee coming over, checking something in the net. Not sure what it is. Puck down, one to the near wall, out of sight here. They're going to bring it into the near corner. That's going to be worked up and into the slot high. Good job there by Hunter. Gets skates in the way of that shot. It's going to go around the net to Lincoln, where it will be reversed to a waiting Mountain Vista player. Kind of snuck in on the backside there. Mountain Vista at the blue line. Going to try to walk towards center. Can't do so. Sends it down around all the way behind the net. But reverse direction there, sent back, shot out in front, blocked away there by Kai. Good job of getting the body in the way and able to clear that up and out into the neutral zone. We've got a swing and a miss there. That's 28. Caleb Brown takes a hit to make a play. Puck's going to go down in behind the Mountain Vista net. Mountain Vista controls there. Goalie trying to throw some interference. Can't do so. Good stick work there by Hunter on the near wall. He takes it away momentarily, and Mountain Vista is able to push it up into the neutral zone. Coming along is number 18. He's going to work towards the center there. Pretty decent move, but a good job by, who was that? That was Kai. Great job sticking with the man, not fighting on the toe drag. Puck chipped in and down the slot. It's a foot race now. Mountain Vista's going to get there first with Holden O'Brien in hot pursuit. Up and out comes Mountain Vista, flying the other direction. Number 20-something looks like he's going to bring it in. Good hit there by Will Bale and a combine with Gabe Dragon. Gabe Dragon now trying to possess the puck. It's going to come pop out of the zone in the neutral zone. Mountain Vista has to tag up. Good pressure there by Gabe Dragon below us. Now Holden O'Brien works it in. He's going to just chip it in on net. It's going to go wide behind the net. Shot now from the far dot on net, but never got there. Puck's going to come to Will Bale at center ice. He's going to work it back to Quinn Simmons, his defensive partner. That's going to be chipped up by Quinn. Gives his guys a chance to change. Nearly stolen away there by Kalen. He had a good read on that pass. Pass is going to come all the way across to Abe. Abe's going to tip it into the neutral zone. Chipped all the way back down by Mountain Vista, and they're going to walk in. Not a great shooting lane. Lincoln saw it the whole way. He'll paddle that one behind the net. And it's going to come up and out of the zone all the way down. No icing. It's waved. It's going to be just wide of the net. Kaylin Weber now in on the forecheck with Keegan Wall as well. Mountain Vista trying to work that in. Good job by Elliott using his skates to keep that puck in the zone. Nobody there to receive it. That's going to come all the way up. Elliott's going to give chase and gets a stick on the man, pushes it to the outside, and gets it around the net. Takes a big hit there. Saw it coming. No worse for the wear for either of them. Spill in the corner there. Can't quite see who that is, but shot high and up and over the net. And not out. All the way back around. And that's Kalen coming around the net, trying to get it off the wall. Bodied up by his man in the near wall. And sent back around Lincoln. Lincoln side to side, sees the puck, can't get a glove to cover. And it comes out in front, right out in front there, and somehow it stays out. Wow, that was a great defensive play. I can't see who it was, but it was impressive, whatever happened there. Puck's going to chip and trickle right out of the zone. Pass comes across here, and Keegan giving chase. Hard forecheck there. He's got the puck now, trying to find some help. Can't find it. He's going to send it down behind the net. Giving chase there is Lucas. Coming up the wall there. Kept just in momentarily, but Mountain Vista coming back the other way. Really good back check there by Keegan to prevent that breakout there. Pass is going to come across. That's going to be Elliott. Elliott's going to find his man coming down the other side. That's Emilio. Emilio threw one man in the skates. He's out in front. Shot on. Pad save into the corner here. Good job there. Fairly frenetic pace to this game here to start, that's for sure. Not a lot of whistles, and boys are flying on both sides. Mountain Vista with a little bit more of the offensive attack. Shot on from the near circle. Lincoln saw that. He'll hold it, and we'll get a face-off. Very, very full bench for Mountain Vista today. I count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 skaters on the bench, with the goalie sitting outside the bench area, and 5 coaches. So Grandview's going to need to be aware that they're going to have probably some better legs in the third period. Hopefully we can build an early lead here and not have to worry too much about that. Puck in the neutral zone, hits off the ref's skate. Lincoln's going to paddle that behind the net where Will Bale is waiting. He'll take a hit, and it's going to be chipped up and out into the netting. We'll get a face-off. So a full complement of 18 skaters here for the Vista team. Grandview still down Tommy today. He's not here. Will Saunders is out this weekend as well. I'll try to get a full list of that. I don't have the paperwork in front of me to give that to you, but I will, as we go along, I'll let you know. Puck into the near corner in the defensive zone. Work to the circles. Lincoln saw that shot from paddles that one away. Puck goes to the far circle, walking to the top of the circle. Now works it down to the bottom of the circle, back up to the top from in between the blue line and the circle. Tipped away. That's a good stick there by Brannick. Doesn't quite get out. Will Bale's helping on the backside. Now Brannick has control. He's going to find Keegan pushing up the ice, and puck kind of caught in his skates. Couldn't get it out, but it is in the neutral zone. Coming back, Jamie there. Good stick work. Gets her man to the wall. Tries to push him off. He was going to break out. Coming walking right in. That's off the pipe. Lincoln saw it. Had an angle, and he had nothing to shoot at but the pipe. Puck's going to come all the way down, and they're going to wave icing as well. Maybe they said that Mountain Vista took that one out of the zone. Couldn't quite tell there. That one's going to come all the way around. Tip there. Again, waving the icing off. Lincoln taps it back to Quinn. Quinn looking to set up a breakout. Can't quite get that. And working done right down the slot, looking for a shooting lane. Tons of Grandview sticks in the way. Love to see that. That's a good job by the defense there. That puck's going to be chipped up and out. That's holding the stick, not called. So Abe's without a stick now. Abe's going to go off real quick and get somebody with a stick on the ice. Kept in by Mountain Vista at the blue line. Shot towards the net, never got through. That is... Can't quite tell who that is in the corner. They're getting beat up, though, that's for sure. They make the play. They get the puck out. He's got help now. There's another holding the stick. No call there. And puck's going to be chipped high up and out into the neutral zone. Mountain Vista has to touch up. Almost intercepted there by Caleb Brown. He's going to try to put a body on his man. Pass goes to the near side. Shot on. Lincoln sees it. He's going to save and hold. We'll get another face-off. 8:54 left in this first period here. Still scoreless. Face-off to Lincoln's left. Hunter wins that face-off up to Caleb. Caleb's going to try to chip it to Emilio. Emilio's going to go across to a waiting Elliott. Elliott's going to look for a pass up and misses his man. We're going to get an icing call here. And we'll reset down in the defensive end. Grandview not showing a ton of sustained offense here as we speak. Starting off slow again. Playing on their back heels a little bit. Shot totals right now are looking at 9-1 in favor of Mountain Vista. Across the blue line, stick in the way, puck gets down, tried to do for a tip, didn't get it, goes through all the way to the corner. Elliott's going to spin that around to awaiting Will Bale. Will Bale's going to get to it first, followed by Emilio. Emilio out to Caleb. Caleb not able to get to it, and Elliott's going to find it behind the net yet again. That puck's going to be chipped right there, still in Grandview's possession. Pushed up the wall, that's going to be Emilio. Emilio's flying. He's coming up this near wall underneath us. Puck's going to be chipped all the way down into the far end. Still giving James Emilio. He comes out of there with the puck. He's going to cycle, look for some help. Tries to center the pass. Couldn't get that. Good stick lift. Mountain Vista's looking to rush. Cross the blue line. They're going to work it to the near circle. Near circle. Pass shot on there. Slides through the crease and goes to the far corner. Puck up at the blue point. Shot on. Paddled away by Lincoln. Lincoln's a little bit of a screen there, but he saw it. Elliott bodied off of the puck there just briefly. Puck's going to come to the dot here, and shot on by Lincoln. Good job by Emilio there, clearing the lane. Lincoln saw that the whole way. Now back at the point, another slap shot. Lincoln saves that one as well. He's going to paddle that one to the far side. Another shot coming in, looking for a tip. Didn't go on net, went wide. Picked up there by Emilio. Emilio's going to work past one man, trying to get past two. He is not able to do so. Rubbed off the puck there with a body, and Mountain Vista's going to control the puck here as Grandview's changing. Turning back the other way. Good chase there by Hunter. Love to see that. He hustled all the way back. Hunter's going to have the puck here. He's going to try to send it up and across. It stays in the zone for Mountain Vista. And they're going to switch spots, work that towards the blue line into the slot, and not out. Down below, low dot. Pass out in front, looking for a tip. Lincoln saw that the whole way, and he's going to cover for a face-off. Couple offensive rushes for your Wolves, just didn't quite develop, just kind of part of that working on a change and just didn't quite get enough guys back the last two rushes up, so hopefully we can sustain that now. Big hit in the corner there, can't see who that was on, but pops right back up. Another body check there and into the feet of Kalen. Kalen's going to work that across to Brannick. Brannick's going to look for some room to skate, and he's just going to tip that in off the face of somebody who's got a whistle. I'm not sure what we got. We got an offsides call here. Face-off's going to be in the far dot. Neutral zone. Kalen Weaver leaning in to take this drop. Puck is down and one back to Mountain Vista, and they'll have possession come to the neutral zone. Works to the offensive zone, takes a shot. Good block there by, I believe that was Quinn. Great job there. Here comes Kalen. Kalen's got Keegan with him, gets around the net, and gets some help from Keegan in the far corner. Mountain Vista comes out of that pile with the puck. Out into the center, still in the neutral zone. Jamie's going to find that, send it right into the stick of a waiting Mountain Vista player. He's on a one-on-one with Kai. Kai pushes into the outside. Good job there. And tipped around behind the net. Oh, I'm sorry, still near corner. All the way around to the far corner. They're going to look for somebody at the circle. They find him, shoot it wide to Lincoln's left, over the net, comes around. Mountain Vista reverses direction, sets up there. Brannick's going to give chase to the top of the circles. Man chips it down deep. Jamie's there to retrieve that. She chips it up the wall a little ways. Right at the top of the circles, Lincoln sees that, gloves it, and holds on. Couple things we need to see here is we need to start seeing some of those puck battles along the wall being won by your Wolves. Seems like every time it's tied up just briefly, Mountain Vista's getting help there to get that puck dug out and turn it up the other direction. Puck down and right out in the slot. Good job there by Hunter to twist that one out, up and out towards the blue line. Lincoln sees that one trickle all the way in. He'll cover it for another face-off here with 5:10 left in the first period. Hunter will lean in for another face-off. He wins that one over to Quinn. Quinn takes a spill, but able to chip the puck up just far enough to get it to the blue line. They're going to try to walk in. They do so. Get past one. Lincoln sees that. Shot right in the middle of the logo. He'll hang on again. Same thing. Face off to Lincoln's left. Hunter leans in now. And that's one back to Vista. They're going to take a quick shot. That puck is tipped by a Grandview Wolves stick and up and over the shoulder of Lincoln. You know, there were 2 Wolves sticks in that shooting lane, which, you know, it's really what you want to see. It's unfortunate that it elevated off those sticks as opposed to just going wide or stopping. But your Wolves will be down with 4:55 left in the first period. 1-0 Mountain Vista. Face off at center ice, puck won by Mountain Vista. They're going to chip that puck up to Elliott. Elliott's going to send that the other direction. It stops at the red line. And Quinn's going to pick it up there. Look for a pass out. Gets into the neutral zone. Big hit on the far side. Puck in the near corner far end. Working hard there is Elliott. Elliott gets it up. Puck in the States again. Tips off. Can't quite get it out. Now we do. That's Gabe Dragon. He's able to send that one up and out. Gabe's going to send it all the way down and give chase. He's got Gabe and Abe on the forecheck. Good job there by Elliott, stepping in the way of that. He's going to keep that in the zone. Holden's going to take a shot from the high blue line. It's going to trickle into the far corner. Lots of skates in the way of that one. Pass up near wall. Good job again by Elliott. He takes a big hit to make a play. Saw it coming. No worse for wear. Puck's going to be chipped right into the mask of Holden. And into the Mountain Vista bench. Puck will come all the way down to the Mountain Vista goalie's right. We're going to have Kalen Weber stepping in to take his face-off. Puck is down, sitting in the feet, comes out of there briefly, and to the blue line is Will at neutral ice. He's going to send it up and right into the feet of a Mountain Vista player. They're going to try to make a pass across, can't do so. They find Brannick coming into the neutral zone. Brannick's going to try to get that puck to the red line and does. No icing here. Mountain Vista will collect and set up behind their goal. Big hit back here. That's I can hear the referee yelling incidental, no interference there. They both just kind of backed into each other. Icing is the call. Your Grandview Wolves will get another offensive zone face-off. Coach Mitch getting a forwards change here. Hunter's going to lean in for this face-off to the Mountain Vista goalie's left. Puck's going to go down just wide of the net. Kind of tricky there. He had to be ready for that one. Puck's going to be sent up. Jamie's at the blue line. Takes a hit from behind. No arm up there. There was a lot of number on that hit, but no call. She pops right back up, and Mountain Vista sets up behind their net. Comes out on the far side. Looking for a pass through the middle. Can't find somebody. That's going to be icing, and we'll get another offensive zone face-off. Senior Wolves take a couple big hits to make some plays. We love to see that. Mountain Vista's definitely coming out with the physical tone so far. We know this Grandview team can get physical. They always have been known to do so. So we will see if they can pick that pace of it up a little bit. Hunter in for the face-off here. Puck is down. That's going to be one to Emilio. Emilio's going to send it up to Kai. Kai's going to send a shot on. Blocked out in front by a shin pad. Emilio collects again. High rising shot up and over the net, and that's going to rim around far side to Will Bale. Will Bale's going to send a shot in. It's going to be tipped by a stick out in front. Working down low is Emilio, pinched off by two men, looking for some help. Can't quite find it. Will's going to step up, though, and send it deep. Intercepted by Mountain Vista. And sent up to the near wall here and through the neutral zone. Big hit by Emilio there on his man along the wall. Kai collects behind the net and looks for a breakout. Finds Emilio coming across. Emilio into his skates, kicks it to his own blade. And puck trickles just out of his reach, unfortunately, and Mountain Vista is going to send it all the way down and around. Vista, first to the puck. Will Bale, the big hit in the corner. He's going to get pinned. Grandview still doesn't come out of that battle with the puck, but it does trickle out to the neutral zone. Mountain Vista setting up, stays on sides, chips it to the far circle. Tipped there by Kai. Kai's got, looks like Emilio's going to chip that one up as well. In the feet again. Hunter couldn't quite find it. Now he does. He's able to get it up through. Takes a big hit there against the boards in front of the bench, but they're able to get the puck into the neutral zone. Sent down deep. Kai Pacheco's going to give chase, get retreat, and Will Bale's going to follow his man into the corner up to the point here. That puck is sitting on the blue line, not out, sitting just right there, and Grandview cannot quite get that out. Finally, Holden's going to come up with the puck. He's going to reverse direction, chip it up off the wall to himself, takes a hit, but he gets that puck up and all the way out. We're going to have an icing call here. With 1:36 left in the first period, your Wolves still down 1-0. Really good crowd here today. Both schools represented very well. I see the Grandview contingent quickly got to the bar topper area at the far end of the rink here. Puck is down, one to the blue line by Mountain Vista. Waiting out in front is a Grandview defenseman. Saw that the whole way. Lincoln sees that one, it goes wide. Brannick's giving chase into the corner, hits his man, works to the puck, can't quite get a stick on it. That's going to go to Lincoln's wide right. And chipped up and out into the neutral zone. Keegan giving hard chase. Puck's going to sit there for a moment. Brannick's going to collect and try to work up and get that to Keegan. Big hit at center ice on Brannick. He pops right back up. And Quinn's going to chip that. Not out. Oh, man. Unlucky bounce there. Battling for it and a bunch of feet. Mountain Vista comes out of that pile with it as well. Right in the slot. Man loses his balance. Can't take a shot. Going to be worked to the top of the near circle. Shot on. Lincoln's going to paddle that one high and into the corner. Brannick chasing there. Puck's going to go behind the Grandview net. Where three guys, Quinn's there finally to bring that one and rim it all the way around. He's got Keegan waiting on the other side. Keegan takes a massive hit to make the play, get it up into the neutral zone. Brannick's going to give chase on the forecheck. And we look like we're going to get a penalty here. Delayed penalty. Walking right in, shot on, and we've got a goal. It looks like some confusion. Not sure what's going on there, but he just walked through all 5 players for Grandview and tucks that one in past the skate of Lincoln. So Grandview's got a reset here. We've got, looks like 19.9 seconds left in this first period, and Grandview feeling a little bit deflated now. We'll see what this call might end up being. I see no call. I saw an arm in the air, thought it was maybe a delayed penalty, but that is not the case. So no penalty, 5-on-5. 2-0 Mountain Vista as time is ticking down here. We need to get to the locker room here. Will Bale's going to give chase, and it's going to be sent to the top of the zone. Rimmed all the way back around, sent out in front. Good job there by Hunter to clear the zone out there. And we get our buzzer for the end of the first period. Referees are going to send the teams to their respective benches. And we will, I would believe, get a Zamboni scrape, which is the case. We will be back for the start of the second. 2-0 Mountain Vista. Welcome back, everybody, to the second period here. 2-0's our score for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. Shot totals right now are sitting at 19-2 in favor for the Eagles. Puck's going to be won back to start the second period to Mountain Vista. They're going to work the puck D to D. Move it into the neutral zone. Find a man crossing in the center of the ice. He's going to chip it down deep. Elliott's going to give chase. Man gets there at the same time. He's going to body up and pin that just long enough to hold that up and chip it up to Emilio. Emilio can't get the puck out of the defensive zone. Giving chase is Hunter. Hunter takes a swipe at it, gets it to Elliott. Elliott all the way up the wall to a waiting Mountain Vista player at the blue line. Stick on there. Lincoln saw it, paddled it off to the side into the near corner here. Wrapped all the way around and up to the far point. Walk down to the circles. There's going to be Elliott waiting, or Emilio, I'm sorry. Emilio's going to get that up to Caleb. Caleb's one-on-one with his man. He's going to chip it past him and work that down all the way to the far wall. Reverse direction there to a waiting Emilio. Emilio comes out of the pile with the puck, finds a Hunter out in front. Hunter can't keep it on the stick. Puck goes to the far wall. Stepping up is Mountain Vista. They're going to skate that to the neutral zone. 2-on-1 here developing. Good stick work there by Elliott. Elliott, great job pushing that puck wide of the net and getting rid of that scoring opportunity. Emilio chips that into the neutral zone, and Mountain Vista reverses direction the other direction. Tough angle shot, paddled all the way to the side there by Lincoln. Puck's going to come around to Quinn. Quinn's going to chip it over to Hunter. Hunter's going to try to get it up and out. Waiting is Mountain Vista at the blue line. Coming across near side. Shot on. Lincoln sees it the whole way. Paddles that to the near corner. And puck's going to trickle past the defenseman into the neutral zone. Grandview's going to go for a forwards change. And Mountain Vista's going to reverse direction. Tries to intercept there is Elliott. Elliott can't do so. His stick broke. He's got to exit the ice. Grandview down to man at the moment. Working the puck to the near dot, taken away there by Holden. Holden's going to skate it to the neutral zone. Look for help. Can't chip it up. Takes a big hit in front of the Grandview bench. And Mountain Vista comes away with the puck. Gabe Dragon tipped that puck on the crossing pass. On a hard forecheck. Takes a much larger man into the wall. Pins him there. Puck stuck. Holden's going to come in for support. Grandview's going to try to dig it out. Can't do so. Mountain Vista comes out of the pile with it yet again and skates it up into the neutral zone. Pass across to number 10. He's going to try to work it in and around. Tries to center. Nobody there. Mountain Vista now picks it up in the slot. Good stick work there by two Grandview players who then collide. Big pile up. Lincoln saw the shot. He'll glove it. Hold on for a face-off. Grandview certainly being out-physicaled in this game. They had a long one last night against Valor as well, so we need to find some energy deep. Kalen giving chase there. That's going to be off a shin guard by Brannick. He's on a breakaway. He's going to try to find some help. He's got Emilio streaking down the center of the ice. Good pass there. Emilio walking in, working around. Backhand. Big save by the goalie there. Goes through the goal crease and does not find the back of the line. Great opportunity there by your Wolves. Puck worked up to center ice there by Mountain Vista. They're going to come back the other way. Splits two defenders. Puck rolls into the near corner. Taken away there by Brannick. He can't get a stick all the way on it, and Mountain Vista takes it away. One-timer far side fanned on. Jamie's going to give chase into the far corner. Chip it behind the Grandview net. Puck is sitting out in front. Brannick unable to clear. Hit a skate out in front. Dangerous spot here. Got to get some defense help back. Puck comes in. Finally going to come out to Emilio. Emilio trying to set up behind the Grandview net. He's tripped. They're going to get a power play here for your Grandview Wolves. Mountain Vista is going to touch up, and your Wolves are going to get the opportunity on the power play. Emilio tripped up behind the net with 13:31 left in the second period. Elliott back on the ice with a new twig. Mitch looking at the power play unit he wants out there. We're going to have Elliott, Hunter, Brannick, Kalen, and I'll get your third forward here momentarily, Gabe Dragon. Shot's going to be from Elliott all the way on net, blocked out in front. He's going to get it back. He's going to try a second time. He's got room, space. He's got time. Gets it across to Hunter. Hunter's going to spin it down the other direction, send it all the way back around behind the net, out of the reach of Brannick. Stepping forward is Emilio. He's got help on the backside by Kalen. Good job there, switching spots. Kalen's going to take a long shot, tipped out in front, but wide by Brannick. Hunter with a good play there. Comes to Gabe Dragon. Gabe Dragon's going to send a long shot off the leg pad there. And Mountain Vista's going to try to clear. Unable to do so. Good stick work. Brannick with possession there. Loses it for a moment. He's going to set it down deep right to the stick, but takes it right back. He's going to walk right in the slot. Looking in. Shot wide of the net there. Pass out into the slot. Gabe, Hunter, Elliott steps in, takes a shot. Sorry about that. Comes all the way around to Emilio. Emilio finds Hunter right at the top. Hunter's going to circle back down near dot. Shot on, tipped by Brannick right to the pads, comes out into the slot. Mountain Vista still unable to clear. Good job there by Hunter to possess that puck. Now it's going to be Elliott. Elliott's going to take a long shot. Paddled off. Shot back on from the far side. Good job there by Hunter again with a shot from the far side. And Mountain Vista's not going to skate this puck up and out. Needing a change, they're just going to dump it deep. Elliott's going to go retrieve. Grandview's going to try to set up their entry with 41 seconds left in this power play. Elliott gets past one man, gets past two men. Can't get past the third, but Brannick's waiting there to get the puck. Grandview's got to touch up. Elliott fell down, and now we're all touched up. Pass is going to come up to Elliott. Elliott fans on the entry slap shot. Mountain Vista's going to send that all the way down. 2-on-0. Lincoln's got to be careful here. He's got Holden coming back for some help and able to hold that puck long enough to get that up and out. Emilio slips one hit, gets the puck by another man. He's going to walk near circle, looking for an angle, can't find it, shoots the puck wide to the goalie, up and over. It's going to come to the blue line. Now in the slot, Elliott with a shot off a shin pad. Holden's there to retrieve that bounce. He's going to walk it down in full strength for your Mountain Vista team. And Hunter's going to take a turnaround shot, didn't quite get through into the near corner. Elliott looking to stop that puck, can't get it through. It's going to be chipped all the way through. Emilio give chase and possess the puck. Single forechecker for Mountain Vista. Emilio gets past one man. He slips it out, looking for an outlet pass. Finds Caleb near side. Through the neutral zone comes Caleb. Caleb's going to take a long distance shot. It's going to go wide of the net and come all the way around. Chipped up and all the way out to the waiting Quinn. Quinn is going to chip it back up to the red line. Mountain Vista back the other direction. Good job by Caleb there to get back, interfere with that pass. Mountain Vista out in front. Good stick lift by Quinn. Shot never went off. Puck's going to be chipped all the way into the neutral zone there. Looks like that was Brannick, and we're going to have an offside call. Face-off will be in the far dot neutral zone. 10:39 left in this second period. 2-0 still our score with Mountain Vista on top. Kalen Weaver's going to lean in here for the face-off. Puck is down and chipped into the offensive zone for Grandview. Picked up there by Mountain Vista. They'll skate through, shielding with the body, tries to get through the neutral zone, chips it all the way down in behind the net. Kyle gives chase there. No reversal. He's going to continue on. Comes all the way out to the blue line. Blue line down. And in the slot, there's Brannick. Brannick retrieves that, looking for an outlet. Can't find one. Takes the body there, but gets into the neutral zone. Number 10 for Mountain Vista coming back in. Hot shot high and wide of the goal. Waiting with the blue line's Mountain Vista. Stick to stick across for defense. Chip down deep. And worked back behind the net. Out in front. Good paddle there by Lincoln. Quinn doing a good job of clearing the crease. And he's able to lift that up and out for an icing call. Face-off will be to Lincoln's right. Holden O'Brien will lean in to take this face-off. Winged by Caleb and Abe, it appears. Defense of Will Bale and Jamie Frank. Puck is down in a bunch of skates. Jamie's going to chip it up right into the feet of Caleb. Couldn't find it. It's going to go to the blue line, but stay in. Now Abe giving chase. Can't get that one out on the soft backhand. Now Caleb with possession. He can chip it down deep, and we'll get another icing call. A little bit stop and go here to start this second period compared to the first, which is seemingly all go for the most part. You know, Grandview is still in this game. They say the hardest lead in hockey is 2 goals. So certainly a lot of time left. We just need to find that composure, get quality shots, maybe draw some more penalties, and try to even this thing up. Face-off won by Holden to Will Bale. Will Bale set up behind the Grandview net. Reverse directions and send it up to the blue line, not out. 25 is going to take a long shot. That's going to go wide through a bunch of legs. Abe Mayoris giving chase into the far wall. Puck out in front, can't get a handle of it. Turnaround shot, battled away by Lincoln. Jamie's going to send it up to Abe. Abe's going to skate with it and get it into the neutral zone past the defender. There's Holden. Holden fans on the shot from the slot, can't find it. It's down in some skates and under a body. Now Mountain Vista coming out the other way. Will Bale pushes his man to the outside. Hassling him there with a stick. Big hit by Caleb there in the corner, and we're going to get a stoppage and a penalty. Looked like that hit may have been a little bit from behind, and we will get a penalty to your Grandview Wolves here with 8:55 left in the second period. Vista player went hard into the corner. He is up and heading back to the bench with some help from some teammates. Looking to be favoring the leg a little bit. We'll hope he's okay. And referees discussing here what they saw. If I had to guess, I'm guessing it'll be a boarding. Referees still conversing. Shot totals right now are sitting at 23-8 in favor of Mountain Vista. Good sign to see that Grandview has exceeded their shot total from last night against that perennial power Valor. Referees have made their decision. He's going to the scores table, and he'll give the official penalty update here as soon as game sheet updates. Referee now talking to Mitch, giving him an explanation. Looks like we are going to get a 2 and 10. Door is open again. So that there's a 5-minute major on the board. Yes, so Caleb Brown is going to get a, well, listed as a boarding game misconduct 5-minute. Haven't seen that one before. Referee's now saying some things to some fans. Not sure what's going on there, but referee's now sending the player to the benches while still speaking with the fans. Stoppage in play. Still not sure what's going on there, but we will see if we can figure out what's going on. Looks like we're ready to play some hockey here. So Caleb Brown with a 5-minute game misconduct. A 5 and 10 for Caleb Brown for boarding there with 8:50 left. So your Wolves are going to be on a 5-minute kill here. Major's not releasable, so big part in the game here for your Wolves. They need to get a kill. Try not to let anything in. Again, not releasable. That Mountain Vista team can score as many times as they would like on this power play. Puck at the blue line, going to be worked over to the far wall. Walking, taking their time. Now stepping forward into the near dot. Shot on, wide, and Lincoln saw it on the paddle. That's going to be hit into Emilio's body. He's going to set it up. Finally, Elliott's able to get a slapper all the way down the ice, and Mountain Vista has to step back up. Mountain Vista trying to exit the zone. Hard forecheck by Kalen there. Great job there. Now it's going to Hunter's turn to pick his man up. Pushes his man to the outside, where awaiting Elliott sends it to the corner. Hassling his man there. Up to the point here. Walking down. Shot on. Pad saved by Lincoln. Comes out to the far dot. Another shot on. That puck's going to go up and into the screen for a whistle. We have 3:49 left on the penalty kill. Lincoln looks sharp. today, which is good to see. Obviously, with the large amounts of shots he's faced lately, he's their last line of defense. Defense is a little bit tighter tonight, which we love to see than it was last night. But still need to get that shot total greatly reduced. Face-off down, won by Mountain Vista. That's Kalen that took a spill on face-off. Mountain Vista is going to work it to the top of the circle, into the slot, near circle now, up to the blue line where 10 will set it up down to the far circle. Walking in, looking for a shooting lane, can't find one. Good job closing it off there. Brandon Sylvester with a big block there. He's going to give chase. Puck's going to trickle out. Hassling his man there at the neutral zone. He's going to turn direction and come back the other way. Turns on the burners, walks through a bunch of guys, and the puck trickles through the crease and up and out. Kalen's able to chip that to the neutral zone. Not very far. Mountain Vista will set back up and turn back the other way. Reverse direction to Mountain Vista up to the blue line. He'll chip it down deep into the corner behind Lincoln. And step it up to the waiting defenseman at the blue line. Puck down to the far dot, set behind Lincoln. Set up there. Near boards, near circle. Far side, looking for a long shot. Big kneeling block by Brannick and a clear. Wonderful job there. He went to a knee, got the block, got the clear. Great play there by Brannick. He'll go for a change. Grandview gets 2 men switched out on this PK unit now with 2:35 left to go. Puck into the Grandview defensive zone, near wall, near circle. It's going to be chipped up to the blue line, then swung over back to the blue line. He's going to take a long shot. Lincoln sees it, gobbles it up, and he'll hold on for a face-off. 2:22 left on this kill. 6:17 left in the period. Good job by this killing unit. They are getting some shots on goal, but a lot of good blocks so far. Pardon me. Fresh unit out. Face-off won by Mountain Vista. They'll walk into the blue line and pass across. Number 10 is going to take a high rising shot that's tipped up and over Lincoln. That's going to be sent to Mountain Vista. They'll wait at the blue line, try to set this up from the top here. Near blue line now. Works across, D-to-D pass there. Shot long distance, blocked out in front by Will Bale. Will Bale sitting there, shot and score. Man wide open just over to Lincoln's left at about 10 feet of space and hit the upper corner up over the shoulder there. It is 3-0 now for Mountain Vista, still with 2:02 left on the penalty kill. Just a man creeping in on the backside there that got lost in the traffic, and he was wide open for that shot on the far side. Referee's now talking to the Grandview players in the penalty box. Not sure what this is about. So we'll see what comes of this. No further discussion. Puck is down, and Kalen tries to win that and send it down. He loses an edge, goes down. Mountain Vista is going to come back the other way. Chipped out in front. That's going to go wide of Lincoln into the near corner. Puck all the way on the far near wall here. Pinned. Battle for it in the skates. Kalen gets tripped, and there's a call. And we're going to have even strength for the remainder of the minute 43 left on what was the Mountain Vista penalty. But Kalen Weber takes the trip, and Mountain Vista will sit for 2. We will have a 2-minute, minute 43 of 4-on-4 with an abridged 17-second power play for your Wolves. Puck's going to be dropped to the Mountain Vista goalie's right. Kalen Weber leaning in. He's got Kai Pacheco, Will Bale, and Brannick out there with him as well. Reverse direction by Mountain Vista. They're in control of the puck now. Brannick's going to give chase on the forecheck. Hassles his man, takes the puck away, gets caught in the referee's skates. He's got to move. Now he does. Mountain Vista comes out the backside with the puck. 3 men down below goal line there to retrieve that. 1 man up in the neutral zone. He has the puck now and moving through. Kai gets around 1 man. Big push out in front. Lincoln with an unbelievable save. Lincoln laying on his back with a 2nd save and a 3rd save. And a big block there by Kai, helping his goalie out so he can get to his feet. Good job there by Kai. That was a big-time save by Lincoln and a big-time help by Kai. Puck still along the wall. Kalen now with possession, looking for some space. He's got room. He can skate. He can't get it past the skates of the 1 guy. Brannick is able to not handle that in the neutral zone, but still maintains possession and is able to dump that deep. He's going to go off for a change with Kalen. Two new forwards for your Grandview Wolves. It's going to be Hunter and Emilio. Mountain Vista walking in, shot on, paddle to the side by Lincoln. Didn't really have a chance of going in anyway. Comes to the neutral zone all the way around. D-to-D pass there for Mountain Vista. Shot all the way down in. Lincoln thought about paddling it, doesn't do so. Will Bale's going to have that instead. Sends it into the skates of the Mountain Vista player. Can't find an outlet pass, but now does. Finds Emilio just behind him. He's going to give chase along the far boards and past the Grandview bench. He comes out of there with the puck. That's a hooking penalty, but no arm up in that. That's all right. Mountain Vista comes out of it with the puck, and puck is down. No stick on the ice there for Will, so he's got to chase it into the corner. Takes a big hit in the corner. Gets back up on his feet, and puck's still sitting there. Will now has the puck. He's going to chip it up past the referee, and Hunter's able to just get it out of the zone. They have to touch up. Will Bale with possession. He sends it straight up the ice, and that's going to be a tripping penalty. Wow, no arm there. Surprised by that. We got lucky there. Puck at the blue line. Mountain Vista walks it past one man down to the low circle, takes a sharp angle shot, no harm there. Goes wide near side, now walking again low. Looks for a backhand. Lincoln saw that the whole way, paddles it down. And Brannick is able to take a hit and send that puck up into the neutral zone. All the way across now in the skates right in front of the bench there. Both teams at full strength now, and the puck is sent all the way past the Grandview bench into the offensive zone. Pass up through the neutral zone, tipped in behind Lincoln. Will Bale's going to give chase and send that around the net and look for an outlet. Can't find one there. Shoots that puck into the skates of the waiting Mountain Vista player. And up to the blue line, right in the center of the ice. Big shot there. That's going to be blocked by Hunter. Hunter's on the roof. He's got a breakaway. Three men giving chase. He's looking for a hole. Finds it. Shot and score by Hunter. What a beauty. We have a bar down breakaway goal by Hunter Simmons. That was a thing of beauty. Set up by his hard-working block on a knee right at the blue line. He pops up, takes off. The three Mountain Vista players unable to catch him, and he goes bar down over the shoulder. Beautiful goal by Hunter. 2:46 left in the second period, and your Wolves have climbed back within two. 3-1 is your score. That's a goal that just sounded beautiful. You love hearing the pipe hit and the light go on, as they say, or see the arm point. Great job by Hunter. Wolves with a little bit of life here. Puck is down. Holden tries to win it. Mountain Vista wins it straight back. Defenseman's going to walk it to the neutral zone. Jamie Frank's going to receive it there, chip it back up the wall into the referee's skates. It comes free there, out into the neutral zone. Now we have Holden. He chips it far and is going to give chase. In behind the Mountain Vista goal. He's going to put a big hit on his man there behind the goal. Abe Mayor is there, takes a hit to try to make a play. Can't do so. Mountain Vista comes out with another puck. Number 2 is going to try to get it around Quinn. Quinn does a good job of catching back up, pushing that man to the outside. Up to the blue line now. Pass across into the near wall and hit all the way around. Jamie's going to give chase there and look for an outlet. Finds the puck, gets it past one man, can't get it past the second. That's Holden giving chase there. Good stick work. Abe's going to come out of the pile with the puck. Fans on that. Mountain Vista keeps it in and turns back the other direction. Long, wide shot there into the far corner. It's going to rim all the way around and trickle all the way out of the zone. Mountain Vista now touched up. They'll send the puck deep. Grandview will give chase. Lincoln will paddle it back behind his net. Quinn Simmons is there. Tries to find a man. Goes through his legs. Can't get to it. Now that's going to be Holden. Holden sends it all the way down for an icing. Your Wolves will get a full change. 1:38 left in the second period. 3-1. Still the score. Face-off is going to be to Lincoln's right, I believe. Yes. Caitlin Weber in for the face-off. Puck is down. One by Mountain Vista. D-to-D pass now. Near point, blue line. Good stick work there. Tips it wide. Puck can't get past the low Mountain Vista player. Hard hit into the wall. We're going to get a penalty here. We got to get that man getting off of him. Looks like nobody's worse for wear there. That looks like it was Hunter with a hard hit into the corner. They tapped shin pads. No worse for wear there. Certainly didn't seem malicious or intentional, but that was a very hard hit. Certainly a penalty. Your Wolves are going to spend the 1:28 remaining in this period on the power play and start the third as pending any other opposing penalties. Line mate's checking on Hunter. He readjusts the helmet. Seems no worse for wear. Always scary that. Obviously, Hunter out earlier this season with a concussion. So great to see him bounce back up from that. No worse for wear at all. He's a vital asset to this team that when he was gone was sorely missed, to say the least. So face out to the Mountain Vista right. Power play now starting with 1:28 left in the second period. Kalen Weber, Hunter Simmons, Brannick Sylvester, Emilio Kukic, and Elliot Fagin out on the. That's actually going to be a 5 and 10 boarding. Is going to be the call on that one. So your Wolves have a uninterrupted 5-minute power play. Puck slips through Hunter's skates. He's going to have to chase it back down to the Grandview defensive zone, cycle around the net, and set up the power play from there. Pass is going to go high up to Brannick. Brannick's going to walk across the blue line. Take a shot on high, rising. He's just going to paddle it out in the slot. Puck comes down. Picked up there by Kalen. Now Mountain Vista all the way around the net to awaiting Elliot. Elliot's going to set up there. Has some options. Finds Emilio on the blue line. Back to Emilio. He's going to be able to walk center. Looking for a lane. Can't find one. Now low to Kalen. Kalen's going to shoot and could not get that through. Goalie didn't see that very well. Good job there by Elliot to keep that in the zone. Emilio setting in the slot. Shot on. Gloved by the goalie. Puck's down in the skates. Can't find it. Shot on there. Kalen, now it's covered by the goalie, and we'll get a whistle. 43.3 left in the period. Face-off's going to be the goalie's right. Good, hard-working play by this power play unit here down low. Love to see it. Shots on goal. Puck's out in front. Man down low. Kalen Weaver in for the face-off. Puck sits in his skates. Elliot's going to trickle out with it. He's going to pass to Hunter. Hunter's going to look across the blue line, find Emilio. Emilio back to Hunter. Hunter now going to find Elliot, far side. Elliot standing up top, looking for a lane. Can't find one. Finds Hunter, near circle. Sets up. Hunter back to Elliot. Elliot with room, some space, looking for a shooting lane. Gets around one man. Now tries to take a shot. Goes wide. I like that. A little bit of hook on the hands. Emilio's there to retrieve the puck. He's going to walk past one man, walk through the slot. Needs some help there from Elliot. Can't find it. Now Mountain Vista's on the rush the other direction, shorthanded. Good play by Emilio there to body up that man and get him off the puck. Hunter with the puck in the neutral zone. He's going to turn direction, stands on the puck, and able to get that one over to Elliot. Good job, good recovery there. And we're going to end the period with 3:32 left to start the third period on the power play for your Wolves. 3-1 is your score. We'll be back with you in a jiffy. Welcome back to the third period of the game between your Grandview Wolves and Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. 3-1 is the score to start this third period with Mountain Vista on top. Your Wolves do have 3:32 remaining on a power play to start this third period. That is an unreleasable major, so score as many times as you can in 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Really take advantage of that man advantage that we have to start this period. First line out for your Wolves this third period looks like it's going to be Kalen, Emilio, Hunter, Brannick, and Elliott. Face off at center ice. Puck is down and we are underway for this third period. Taken by Emilio. Emilio's going to work it back to Elliott. Elliott's going to look for the setup for the peak power play. Hunter to Emilio. Emilio through the center dot. He's going to be through the blue line. Turn direction. Switch spots with Brannick. Look for an outlet. Find Elliott near side. Elliott looking for a pass. Going to find a streaking Hunter on the backside. That's just tipped right over his stick. Great looking play there. Like that. Now Vista's going to come back the other way with some speed. Gets around one man. Shot on. Lincoln had to be sharp there. Gloves it and holds on for a face-off. Not what you want to see with man advantage, but sometimes the bounces go that way and kind of spring a man. So 3:03 left here with the man advantage. Face off to Lincoln's left. One down to Elliott. Elliott's going to move that up to Emilio. Emilio's going to come into the neutral zone. Gets past one man, gets past two. Tips that puck deep, and he's got Brannick on the chase into the corner. He's going to work around the net, reverse directions. Can't find a lane, sends it straight up to Emilio. Emilio near wall. He'll walk the blue line. Look for Hunter on the far side. Hunter has the puck now. Back to Emilio at the blue line. Puck does not trickle out. Over to Elliott. Elliott misplays that pass. Gets a stick on it. And not out there. Good job by Emilio keeping that one in. Chip deep to Brannick behind the goal. He's in reverse directions. Look for some help. Tries to send that out. Into the slot and sends it right through the Mountain Vista stick. Number 10 around one man, shot on wide and then that up and over, and that's going to be retrieved by Emilio. He'll reverse directions with speed and come up the ice. Into the offensive zone he comes. I'm sorry, that's Hunter. Hunter all the way around. He's going to try to center that out. Mountain Vista gets a hold of it. Brannick goes stick on the puck in the corner. Pins his man against the wall. He's got Kalen there to help him out. Trying to retrieve the puck. Can't do so. Mountain Vista just able to chip that up and out. 2 minutes left as Lincoln retrieves the puck and sets it behind for Elliott. Elliott skating up, drops the pass for Hunter. Hunter circling, looking for an outlet, looking for a long stretch pass to Elliott. Elliott to Brannick. Brannick takes a big hit but chips it into the zone. Emilio gets through. Goal! That's Elliott with a new twig. Goes high shoulder, bar down again for your Grandview Wolves. And we're within a goal here, 3-1. Hard work there getting around his man for Elliott. Comes up with the puck and from a low kneeling position, elevated that puck up and over. What a beautiful shot by Elliott to bring this within one. Still a minute 36 left on this power play. Coach Mitch choosing to keep the same unit out for now. They've been out there for the majority of this 5 minutes, so at some point you're probably going to see a change and see if they can generate a little more offense here quickly. Elliott up to Emilio. Emilio chips it into the neutral zone. Mountain Vista turns around, switches directions. Elliott's going to skate forward through the center dot. He's got some speed, finds the blue line, sends it all the way down deep behind the net. Mountain Vista's going to be the first one there to get it. He's going to send it high and up around the boards, and no one there, and Lincoln's going to have to slow that puck up for Kai. Kai is back. He's setting it up, looking for options. He's going to send the pass over to Hunter. Hunter now looking for the outlet. Can't quite find it. He's going to send a long stretch patch up to Kalen. Kalen's got Brannick streaking. He's going to work wide to the far circles. Reverse directions, looking for some help. Mountain Vista comes out of the pile with the puck. 55 seconds left on the PK, or power play for your Wolves. To the blue line. Long shot's going to go wide and rim all the way around. Brannick's going to be there to retrieve and cycle back around the net and get that puck up to the blue line, not out. Big hit there at the blue line by Brannick. He puts his man on the ice, and Grandview's in possession of the puck with 34 seconds left. That puck given away right in the slot. Shot on Lincoln out in front. Gets back. Hunter's there to retrieve, help his goalie out, and get it up into the neutral zone. Mountain Vista content just to send that into the far corner, hard and deep. Emilio's back to the retrieve. 20 seconds left on the power play. Emilio coming up ice into the neutral zone, gets around one man, takes a whack on the shin guards, doesn't phase him. Stops at the blue line, looking for help across, finds Hunter. Hunter tips into the corner, takes a big hit there. Kalen with a big shot, blocked by some skates out in front. Puck's going to come up to Kai. Kai's going to chip it deep around the net. Holden will give chase. Mountain Vista full strength now. Kalen with the puck in the corner, walking into the near dot, has the puck still, looking for a shooting lane, can't find it. Stepping in now, puck off the post and goes wide. Holden now trying to get the puck up to his defenseman. He's able to do so. That's Emilio, not defenseman, sorry. Emilio with a shot along the ice for Hunter. Hunter out, tries to backhand center, no one there. Kai steps up at the blue line, keeps that in. Hunter with a retrieval in the corner. Sent all the way up and out. This should be icing. And it will be. We'll get an offensive zone faceoff with 12:57 left in the third period. 3-2 our score here. At least getting one there on that power play was crucial for this group to try to climb back into this game and get this thing tied up, take a lead, and enjoy a Super Bowl tomorrow with a good win, hopefully. Holden leans in for the faceoff near circle. He's going to drop that back to Keegan. Keegan's going to send it far side where Kai's waiting there to chip it back down deep. Does so into the far corner. Keegan with a big hit in the corner there. Puck's going to come to the neutral ice. Kai's going to give chase with a streaking Mountain Vista player on him. Collects the puck there, pauses, sends it up far side. No one there waiting for it. Puck's going to be near wall up to the blue line for Mountain Vista. Looking for a lane. A lot of bodies in front. Can't find it. Shot out from the slot. Goes wide. Lincoln saw it. It was no harm there. Mountain Vista player on a knee. Working that along the wall. Kai's going to retrieve the puck and chip that up to Keegan. Keegan's going to reverse directions all the way around for Quinn. Quinn picks it up there in the far corner. Hits it up. Gives it to the Mountain Vista player who has a clear lane of a shot. Lincoln sees it and gloves that bad boy down for a face-off. This third period with such a shortened bench for your Wolves and such a long bench for Mountain Vista is where we're really going to have puck possession, quality play, because they in theory will have the fresher legs, but hopefully Grant can find that energy there. That puck's going to come out and trickle to Abe. Abe's going to send that up, take a hard hit there to keep the puck in the zone. He pops back up. In on the forecheck now. Puck's going to come to the neutral zone across the offensive blue line for Mountain Vista. Long shot there, paddled into the corner by Lincoln. Picked up there by a streaking Brannick. He chips it up and out to the neutral zone. Coming back the other direction, Mountain Vista now. One man to beat. Jamie gets a stick through there, pushes the man to the outside. Shot goes wide. Brank's going to chase that into the corner of the Mountain Vista player. He gets the puck onto the stick of Kalen. Kalen's going to send that through. Can't get it into the offensive zone. Mountain Vista reverses directions yet again. Jamie pushing her man to the outside, goes around the net. Still at the perimeter there, comes up to the blue line. That's going to be a long shot, paddled away by Lincoln up into the screen. We'll get a face-off in the defensive zone. Hunter leading in for the face-off. That's one back to Mountain Vista off a shin pad and wide. Lincoln never saw it, didn't know where it went. Emilio now in the corner picking that puck up. Mountain Vista battling with him. And at the blue line, puck's going to go high up into the air. That's paddled down by the glove up to Gabe Dragon. He's going to chip it in just wide of the net there and give chase around the net. That pass is going to come up to the neutral zone. Mountain View caught us in a change, looking for a shot. Lincoln was all alone. That's going to go under the blocker and in for a Mountain Vista goal, making your score 4-2 now with 11:39 left in the third period, I'm sorry. Still time for your Wolves. We just need to find that composure back and get more of that offensive presence going here. Shot totals now, your Wolves kind of doubled up from their first two periods, 32-15. Sitting their shot total in favor of Mountain Vista. They're going to bring that puck in. Quinn's going to take his man into the wall. Puck's going to come back out to the blue line. Shot on long there, and that's going to tip high and in over the shoulder of Lincoln. I don't think he saw it at all. A lot of bodies out in front there, and this is a now 5-2 game from what was a lot of momentum for your Grandview Wolves to suddenly turn into a bit of a looming deficit now with 3-goal lead for your Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. Taylor Weaver comes in. He's going to win that back to Quinn. Quinn's going to chip it up to the red line. Big hit there. Brandon kind of partially missed, but slowed his man up enough to get help on the backside. Puck's going to be taken away by Elliott. Flipped down through the slot. Not able to get it out. Puck goes through the crease and to the far corner. Up to the blue line. Long shot there into the slot. And reverse direction. Another shot on, and this has gotten out of hand quickly. That's another goal. High blocker side on Lisbon. 6-2 is the score, with still 11 minutes left in this third period. You know, the opportunities to get pucks cleared, chipped up and out, just we're taking advantage of there. A lot of time spent in the defensive zone in the last 3 shifts. So Grandview's got to turn the direction around here. Face off down, won by Mountain Vista. Tipped away by Emilio. He's going to chase it into the near corner with his man. Nobody with possession of the puck now. Now Emilio tries to reverse directions, gets scrunched in the corner. 2-on-1 with 2 Mountain Vista players and Emilio. Puck comes out to Mountain Vista, and they're streaking again. We've got another man breakaway here. Shot on, and that's going to go crossbar and out. Pass down right out front, and that is a tic-tac-toe goal, basically untouched for a 7-2 lead. And I believe that is 4 goals in 30 seconds or so for these Golden Eagles. It's been so quick, they haven't even entered him into the game sheet yet, but your Wolves are in a hole now. Puck down, 1 in the neutral zone. Puck comes up. Fanned on by Will Bale, gets chipped up by Jamie. Mountain Vista's going to reverse, but they have to touch up. Brannick into the far corner, finds the puck there, takes a hit to wrap it around to Will Bale. Will Bale's going to try to work that up to Keegan. Gets caught in some skates as a Mountain Vista player. Now over to help is Kalen. Kalen gets it up but not out. Will Bale now with possession of the puck. He's just going to flip it high into the neutral zone, and Keegan's going to give chase into the near corner far offensive end. Mountain Vista out skates and comes out with the puck there. Brandon got a forecheck, gets by him. Into the neutral zone to a waiting. It's like Jamie. Jamie sends it down deep. Behind the net is Mountain Vista. Bounce the back of the net. Keegan's there to retrieve. Mountain Vista swarming like sharks right on him into some skates. Now Keegan able to send that down deep. Kaylin Weaver's going to give chase. Mountain Vista kind of playing cat and mouse here. Along the boards there, and it's going to squirt to the neutral zone. Keegan back to help defensively for stepping up Jamie. Mountain Vista now around. 1 on everybody. Shot on right in front. Lincoln's going to hold on, and we will get a face-off. 9:28 left in the third period for your Wolves to try to start climbing back into this game. 5-goal deficit now. Holden will step in for the face-off. Won by Mountain Vista. They're going to wrap it around behind Lincoln. Possess the puck there at the circles. Gabe Dragon there also. Puck's going to come up the walls. Chip down. Now walking into the slot. Shot on wide. Lincoln's left. Blocker side. Puck comes up to in front of the Grandview benches. Abe Mayoris able to chip that and poke it into the neutral zone. Now working through the center of the ice. Good pass there by Mountain Vista. Walking through 3 men. Puck's going to trickle off of his stick. Lincoln still had to make a toe save. Able to do so. Holden picks the puck up. And we're going to get a penalty here for cross-checking, looks like. And that's going to be Elliott's again. He's going to get a cross-checking penalty. With 8:55 left, Mountain Vista's going to go on the power play. Tough time to take that penalty, especially trying to climb back in the game. So, big kill here. Face off to Lincoln's right. Kalen's going to lean in. Puck's going to go down to the blue line for Mountain Vista. Mountain Vista back-to-back passes along the blue line. Now in the circle, up to the blue line. Blue line back to the near circle, looking for a lane. Can't find one. Big block out in front. Tips up high over the net and out into the neutral zone. Your Wolves are able to push it. Mountain Vista reverses direction. Sets back up quickly. Pass into the slot, into the skates. Brannick's able to slip through a man and check that down and out of the zone. He's going to give chase on the forecheck. Passes a man there. He gets around Brannick. Coming through center ice, around 2 men. Now looking for 3. Number 10's going to walk all the way in, look for a shot. Unable to do it. Lincoln's going to glove that puck and hold on for a face-off with 8:13 left. Now in the third period. As always, thanks to Robert here for the wonderful video feed that you guys are seeing at home with the replays and everything. Mountain Vista, puck up high. They're going to take a long shot. Again, looks like we had a puck tipped and out of the net. Yes, up and into the net. .113 left on the power play now. Again, Kayla Weaver's going to lean into the right of Lincoln for the faceoff. That puck's going to be chipped up and out into the neutral zone. Now giving chase is Emilio. I apologize, that was Hunter that won that faceoff. Didn't realize they'd changed lines, my bad. All the way in and around the goal behind Lincoln. Mountain Vista still in possession there. They're going to push it up to the blue line. Giving chase is Emilio. Chip down deep into the corner. Quinn's going to retrieve there. Tries to send it all the way around. Not quite hard enough to get up and all the way out. It'll stop at the blue line for Mountain Vista. Into the skates of Emilio. But Mountain Vista still in possession. Shot from the slot and wide and off of the post. Puck goes to the far corner. Lincoln, I don't think, saw that one either. A lot of bodies in front there. Shot now, glove side of Lincoln, it goes wide and up to the blue line. Blue line across for Mountain Vista out in front of the Grandview bench. Grandview's going to try to reform their square here. Mountain Vista working in, long shot, hits a body out in front. That looks like it was Quinn. Good job there, being in the way. Just out of the reach of Emilio, can't chip that puck out. Pass is going to come near circle, top side, shot across into the slot, into the skates. Good job there, hustle by Emilio. He's able to tip that out. Mountain Vista has to touch up. Grandview going for a change. Vista coach is calling for hustle, and they're turned back the other way. Setting up. Coming, splitting the defense. Lincoln sees the puck the whole way. It slips out from underneath his glove and goes behind the net where Will is there to pick it up. Will's going to send it up to Keegan. Keegan takes a hit to try to chip it further. Can't do so. Mountain Vista battling hard and not able to come out with the puck. Keegan's going to chip that one to get around 1 man. He's got to get another one to beat and able to chip that down deep below. Past his man all the way to the far end. Penalty is over. Your Wolves are full strength. 6:27 left in the third period. That pass misses its target. We should get an icing call here, and we will. Net is off the mooring after a Mountain Vista player goes gracefully sliding past Lincoln into the barn. Face-off will be in the offensive zone. Mitch calling for some quick changes here now. Trying to generate as much offense as he possibly can with this 5-goal deficit for the Wolves. Hunter's going to lean in and take this face off to the Mountain Vista goalie's left. Puck's going to be tossed down, one back by Mountain Vista, but Emilio with a hustle play ties it up just long enough to cause a little bit of a delay. Mountain Vista has to reverse directions. Now works across, looking for an outlet pass, finds one right in the center dot. Chip there by Will Bale. Will Bale is going to force an offsides there by slowing that up, and we'll get another face-off. Mountain Vista wins that face-off. They're going to send it all the way around to the waiting stick of a winger there. Giving chase is Will Bale in the near corner, far side. He now has the puck, looking to get it up and out. He's going to send it into the neutral zone. Tipped there by Mountain Vista and possessed, turned back the other way. Coming in with speed, shot on Lincoln saw it, bounced out of his glove, paddled around by Jamie. Jamie's going to get it through the neutral zone. Emilio's going to give chase. He's going to be the first one to the puck and have to take a shot somehow. Can't quite get it. Mountain Vista had 2 men back. Now it's going to come up to the blue line for Mountain Vista. They're going to work right into the slot, take a long shot, bodied on by Will, and it's going to tip high off of the glass and into the net. 5:22 left now in the third period. At the very least, this Wolves team cannot let this deficit get to 6 goals, because then we'll have a run clock and the time will just be a massive factor, as it already is. Currently sitting at a goal-a-minute pace, needed to tie this one back up. Not impossible. We've seen him do it before. Puck is down in the skates. Out of the pile comes Elliott. Elliott goes to the corner, takes a hit to chip that one up to Abe. Abe's got it now. Can't quite get it out of the neutral zone. It reverses directions by Mountain Vista and slides right to the slot for a waiting Mountain Vista player. He'll walk in, shoot off the post to Lincoln's right, and all the way down behind the Mountain Vista goal where their goalie's going to stop it, slow it up, and Mountain Vista will reverse directions, bring it out the other side. Pass to the slot, good stick work there by Elliott. Elliott turns directions. He's going to chip it up for a streaking hold-in. That was a hooking call, but no whistle here, especially with a 5-goal deficit. It's got to be pretty egregious, I think. Mountain Vista working that puck high into the air and play to the high stick there by your Wolves. Mountain Vista comes out of it there with it. They're just going to try to slide that on net, and it's going to trickle through the 5-hole of Lincoln. He was falling down and did nothing more than just try to push it towards the front of the net, and a sliding across Lincoln. It looked like it just trickled in between the pads there. So there's your 6-goal deficit. 8-2 is the score now. And we will have a run clock until that deficit drops below 6. Linesman now having a conversation with the Grandview bench. Not sure what that's about, but now all 4 linesmen are going to be talking at the scorer's table in front of the penalty boxes there, trying to figure out what's going on here. Not quite sure. Clock is stopped, so maybe they're just discussing when exactly that is going to stop. And we are set to go. Puck's going to be dropped. Kalen's going to neutral face-off. No real winner. Now finally Mountain Vista's going to come out of the pile with the puck. Brannick battling with his man. Mountain Vista able to chip it in behind Lincoln. Elliott behind the net. Pinned up against the boards there, looking for try to do the puck out. Can't do so. Coming around here and up to the blue line for Mountain Vista. They're going to take a long shot. That's paddled up and over the net by Lincoln. Quinn Simmons battling down low with Elliott, trying to get that puck through. Elliott swings it up to a waiting Mountain Vista player. That hit somebody right in the head, but we're going to have an offsides, and it was a painful one as he took that puck hard coming out of the zone. And he is... You
got another leg, Coop. Let's go.
Hops back up. That was a hard shot to either the leg or perhaps the nether region of that poor fellow trying to exit the zone. So we'll get a center ice face-off here. Kalen Weaver in to take that face-off, and Keegan's going to come out of the pile with it and work across the blue line. He'll chip it down deep, try to set up from there. Mountain Vista first to the puck. They're just going to send that to the center of the ice where there's a waiting Mountain Vista player. Good job there by Quinn and Elliott to slow him up. Puck's going to be sent around to Quinn behind Lincoln. He'll chip it up for Keegan. Keegan gets it past his man. They're going to skate now. That'll be Kalen. Kalen fans on the puck trying to get it out. Mountain Vista's going to reverse directions and walk right through the slot, and that's another shot off of the glove and off the post for Mountain Vista and along the near wall. Finally, with some space, Kalen's able to get that out of the zone. He's going to skate, chip it down into the far corner. Brannick will give chase. Fake slap shot there, wrapped around behind the net for Mountain Vista, and just out of the reach of a breaking Vista player in the neutral zone, sent up by Kai. Kai's going to partner up here with Will, it looks like. Nope, I'm sorry. Elliott stayed out. Pass up to Elliott. Elliott looking for a streaker. Can't find one. He's looking for Hunter. Hunter turns directions. Mountain Vista coming the other way. Brannick with a good takeaway there. Hunter's going to possess the puck and send it up to Elliott. Elliott's going to work that puck across to Emilio. Emilio briefly with the puck. Now has it back. He's going to look for a shot. Fires. That one was high and rising up and over the glove, though. Hunter bodies his man up. Pins the puck against the boards there. 1:58 left. Kai's going to retrieve the puck at center ice. And your Wolves are running out of time. Looking for an outlet now. Kai's just going to turn directions and send it over to Elliott. Not with enough steam there. Mountain Vista's going to get to the puck first and pile up in the corner. But Elliott briefly comes out with it. Now Mountain Vista with it. Works it to the blue line. Blue line, long shot along the ice. Looking for a tip. Big save there by Lincoln, sliding across. And into the far corner where Hunter's battling with his man. Wrapped around near side here for Mountain Vista, Kai Pacheco now with it. He's going to lift it up for Emilio. Emilio up to Caleb. Caleb didn't see the hit coming. It was a solid one. Caught him off guard, and Mountain Vista sends the puck the other way. 1:13 left in this third period. 8-2 still our score. Kai behind the net sends it up for Elliott. Elliott's been out there a long time. Still now with the puck. He's going to chip that by him, man. He's going to find a streaking Emilio. Emilio with possession of the puck, able to rack that in. He's going to get around one man. Looking for someone out in front of the net. Gives one hit. Still with the puck. Gives another hit. And Abe out in front. Puck's just kind of laying there. Nobody can get a handle on it. It's just sitting in some skates. That's going to come all the way up and around to a waiting Kai. Kai's going to send it deep into the corner with 37 seconds left in this third period. On the far wall, Abe takes a hit, tries to make a play, can't do it. Mountain Vista comes out with the puck and is working through center ice with speed. One man to beat and flips it off of another post there to Lincoln's glove side. Sent up and around. We've got 20 seconds left in the third period. Mountain Vista out in front with a tip shot out in front. Didn't get there. Into the slot, Mountain Vista comes. Shot down right in front. Tic-tac-toe, and it is 9-0. And that will just about do it. By the time we set up for the face-off, this game will be over. Your Wolves are going to fall today 9-2 after a promising start to the third. The attack was on from Mountain Vista. Unfortunately, just not enough fight there at the end. Finals today, your shot totals 45 for Mountain Vista and 16 for your Grandview Wolves. Final score of 8-2. And we will start the week anew, get set for our next game, which is going to be Friday, January 30th in Monument against Lewis Palmer. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody. Go Broncos, and we will see you on the 30th.